My name's Alex with Marc's Mobility. In this video, we're going to show you a front wheel driven Permobil, so stay tuned. What we have here is a Permobil F3. This is a front wheel driven Permobil. This particular unit has 38 miles of total drive distance, and it's going to have 5 electrical seat functions. It's going to have the 12-inch seat lift, posterior tilt, anterior tilt, recline, and electric legs. So 5 electrical seat functions. Is going to have a light kit. If you're interested in this unit or any other unit below, down low we're going to have the link for this particular chair, but if you go to our website, it will show you all the available Permobil chairs. This is a front wheel driven unit. They do make a mid wheel driven unit, so we have lots of other options if you're looking for a Permobil or any other power chair. Now, I do want to also mention too that this particular chair, when you see this, you see color, you see the size of the chair, it's going to hold up to somebody up to 300 pounds. But this fully configurable, we can adjust the seat back, the seat depth, so you can be up to 300 pounds down to 100 pounds, 5 foot tall up to 6'7", and we will make this unit fit for you. Joystick's on the right hand side, but it can go on the left hand side if needed. We are going to send you out a measuring chart. We're going to get everything, so when it's delivered to your door, it's fully assembled, ready to go on a pallet. No needed to be able to fit the unit to your size. We're already going to do all that for you. Now this unit here, I'm going to go ahead to the seat functions because those take a little bit of time to do. And then as I'm doing that, I'm going to describe a little bit more of the chair. So I'm going to go ahead first with the 12-inch seat lift. And as this is raising up, I'm going to tell you, you have 14-inch solid drive tires in the front, and you have about 8-inch solid caster wheels in the back. Now front wheel drive just has 4 tires on the ground. You're going to have an anti-tip wheel off the ground in the front. This unit is going to go a little over 6 miles an hour top end speed, and you are able to actually still drive the unit when the seat is elevated. You will have an ICS box right here behind the joystick. If all the buttons are green, you're going to get the top end speed. If the button is yellow, it's going to be at a reduced speed. And then if it's at a red, you're going to not be able to drive until you get in a safe driving position. So you are able to do everything through the ICS box, but you're also able to do it all through the joystick as well. And we have a video online. It's called an RNet joystick that will go over how to use the whole operations of an RNet joystick on a Permobil. So you can check that video out as well if you get confused on the joystick. Now when the seat is all the way up, people ask us a lot of times, what is it? The measurement to the pan is 30 inches, so it's going to depend on what size cushion. Right here we have about a 4-inch Rojo, so you're at 34 inches. When you sit on it, you're going to suppress it down some, about 32 inches top of the seat to the ground. So same thing when you're all the way down, you're going to be about 22 inches. When you sit on it, you're going to be about 20 inches. So that's going to be kind of get you your top of seat to the, and when you're elevated, and also while you are down. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring the seat lift back down, and then I'm going to go ahead over more of the unit. You are going to have dual shocks on both sides that are adjustable. This gives you a fantastic ride. It is one of the most comfortable riding chairs. It is quiet. I mean, they are made in Sweden. It is a very, very high quality power chair. So that's what your electric seat lift is going to look like. The next thing I'm going to show you is going to be your electric tilt. That's going to be when your back and bottom go back. I actually see this chair is going to have 6 seat functions, and I did not tell you about that. That's going to have height adjustable legs because this actually has a vertical leg system, which I will show you what that means. So these are even harder to find with this current configuration. But this is tilt. When you tilt, if somebody was to pull you backwards, it's going to feel like it's going to put your pressure on your back. It's going to alleviate the pressure on your lower half, so it's going to increase the circulation, which is supposed to help with pressure sores and just positioning of the user. Now, while you are tilted back, you are also able to raise your legs up to get your feet above your heart. Now, I will tell you, this is a 1-piece foot plate. Some of these are 2 pieces where they flip up individually. This is a 1-piece foot plate here. Not as common either, but it is a little bit wider of a foot plate because it's a 1-piece. So you have a little bit easier leg room, you have more leg room, I guess you would say, on a 1-piece foot plate. But this is what you're going to look like when you're all the way in a tilted position and your feet are elevated. So if you need to get your feet above your heart, you're easily able to do that. So this is kind of what you're looking like here. The other function that I did not mention at first that this one has is you are able to actually put a knee brace in here if you wanted to support your knees. Now that is quite a bit more expensive, $400 or $500 our dealer cost. But it is a bracket that goes on standing Permobil chairs when they have to stand a person up. But if somebody has a really hard time keeping their legs and they have to be straight, we are able to add a knee brace to this unit to be able to fully keep their knees exactly in a certain position. The last thing, like I was going to say, that I cannot do through here on the switch box is going to be the height of the leg. So while you're sitting in the unit, I don't know if you can see here, but I'm able to retract that in 3 or 4 inches and also extract it back out. It might even be more than what I just thought, but we are able to adjust it to your height. And then basically once you get there, if you want to be able to, like your legs are not being able to fully straighten out, you're able to extend this foot plate out. Other users use this when they want to have the foot plate and get a little lower to the ground to get into the chair. They get back in it, then they want to raise it up so it fits firmly on the bottom of their feet. So there's different reasons why you might want to use the adjustable depth of the legs, but that's what this motor is back here. So technically this unit has 6 seat functions. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring the tilt back down. And then I'm going to show you the electric recline, which is pretty straightforward. That's going to be how you lay flat if you wanted to go ahead and sleep in the chair. I mean, some users might sleep in the tilted position, but I think more on this 180-degree lay flat is how users are going to be positioned. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring that back now. Now this unit here, front wheel driven units are going to take a little bit more room to turn than a mid wheel drive unit. So if you're telling me, hey, I only need something for inside the house or hard paved surfaces, probably look at the mid wheel drive version of this. We do have some that have the height adjustable legs as well and the anterior tilt. So if you are looking for something, like I said, hard paved and inside smaller spaces, mid wheel is going to be better. Where front wheel driven unit is better, that little sound you heard is just the headrest bracket back here. We'll adjust that before we ship the unit. But this is what you're going to look like in your lay flat position. Front wheel driven unit is going to track better outside. So if you have to go over objects, go in your yard, do things, but you still want to go inside, front wheel driven is going to be a lot better unit for you if you're going on non-paved surfaces. Now I will tell you they don't make a lift that's going to support the weight of this chair on a lift on the back of the vehicle. You know, you might have to have a handicap van. I know Harmar is trying to work on a unit for stuff over 400 pounds. I believe it's going to be a little over 400 pounds with these configurations. Harmar is working on a front wheel driven HD lift, but only currently right now is the mid wheel driven units to be able to transport this. So you would have to have a different type of vehicle that you actually have a side entry ramp to be able to load this inside your vehicle. Now I can do 2 functions through once from right here to the ICS box. So I'm going to go ahead and bring the back up and bring the legs back in, both at the same time. Now this unit does call for 60 amp gel recessed post batteries. We do ship MK batteries. It's the highest quality battery on the market for this chair. We can ship them right to your door. So do give us a call if you need those. If you need batteries for any other power chair or scooter, we also can ship those too right to your door in about 3 to 4 business days. So give us a call if that is something also that you might need. Now this joystick does have a swing away joystick. You can swing to the outside of the arm or the inside of the arm. But it's currently on the left-hand side. We are able to put this on the right-hand side and make any changes if needed. But that is nice if you want to pull it close to a table and not have any obstruction at the end of your arm. Or when you get in and out of the unit, if you're able to, you can push off the arm and not worry about breaking your joystick, which is an expensive electronic component. Now, this unit also is going to have, besides the seat lift, the tilt, and then the adjustable legs, the height, elevation and depth, and the recline, it's going to have what's called anterior tilt, which is going to be if you hold the tilt button forward, it should level out, and then if you hold it again, it's going to begin to tilt you forward. Now, all Permobils typically have a little bit of anterior tilt, like up to 5 degrees or 5 to 10 degrees of anterior tilt, but you can look at this unit. This has way more than that. I don't know, this has got to be, I would guess, in that 30-degree range. So this is significantly more anterior tilt, which is that forward tilting motion. That's going to help you either reach something and get a little close to the cabinets, or help gravity assist you to get out of the chair or to get back in it and not feel like you have to fall in it. You can kind of sit back and then go ahead and tilt the seat backwards. So like I said, amazing functions that this chair has. There's really nothing else on an F3 you can get than what this chair has with the VS legs and the anterior tilt. This one actually even has gel arm pads. These are even a little bit longer. I think these are the 18-inch length gel arm pads. Standard is 16. Yeah, those are the 18-inch, but that is an upgrade. They are easy to remove, but it is a very, very comfortable armrest. Now this unit also is going to have, let me put it back in drive mode. I'll turn it towards you. Let me get it away from the wall. So this unit here is going to have a light package as well. So I'll go ahead first to kind of show you the hazards. Now they are going to have the brights, and you are also going to have just your turn signal, your left or your right turn signal. So that is in the front and the rear of the unit. So if you are wanting to use this unit at night, I can tell you that those actual lights are real bright lights. That's not just going to be your average light that's going to, you know, just kind of light up inside your house. That's going to light up the street in front of you. That's going to make you more visible as well. I would recommend too, if you are crossing a street and you are driving out and about, that seat lift function is a very awesome function, not just to help get in and out of the chair, not just to have more accessibility, but there is studies shown that when you're crossing a road, going places, when you are elevated, you're a lot more visible and a lot less likely to be potentially in an accident. So different functions of how you can use it, but it is great. I do want to mention the Permobils do have a decently bit high ground clearance, somewhere between that 2.5 to 3 inch ground clearance. So you are able to put an easy lock or a Q lock underneath this unit to be able to, if you have a locking system inside, you drive from your chair, or if you want to be in the passenger seat locked in place, you can add that on there. If you don't have that, you are able to strap this down. You have a tie down point right here, and you have one in the back on both sides. That's going to help you have public transportation or Q-string straps inside your vehicle. That's where they would strap it down right there. Now, on the side of each chair, I know I already turned it, but you have a motor right here on the side. You have a lever right here that's going to have a locked and an unlocked symbol. If you were to go ahead and push that unlock towards the unlock symbol, it's going to disengage the electromagnetic brake. That's what you hear when you drive the chair. So I don't know if you can hear this. That click when I started it and that click when I released it. What that's doing is releasing your brake, allowing you to drive, clicking back in when you let go of the joystick. So your chair will not drive if it does not recognize the electromagnetic brakes are engaged. But you want to make sure that's the first thing you go check. You'll typically get brake error up here on your screen. Go back, make sure you're in gear. Sometimes you got to turn the power off, turn it back on to go ahead and reset the particular unit. Now this unit right here is currently set up at about 17 inches wide by about 17 inches depth. So somebody was probably 5'8", you know, 180 pounds, something in that range. But we are able to adjust this. Now the overall width of the unit currently is under 26 inches with this setup. If you go bigger, obviously the wider you go, the more it's going to push the armrests out and you're going to be a wider unit. Overall length of this unit is going to be about 44 to 45 inches in length. And you are going to need about 3 or 4 more inches than you would a mid-wheel drive unit to turn this in a circle. So do remember that. That's why this is best for outside. And then if you need to go inside, definitely can do it. It's just not quite as tight as the mid-wheel drive version, which they also sell. Armrests flip up on both sides for easy access. This particular one comes with a built-in USB, so you need to charge your phone or charge your computer. You're able to do that right off the chair. Now I will tell you, Permobil, everything's adjustable. The headrest is adjustable. The width of the arms is adjustable. It even comes with a built-in Allen wrench in the back of the chair that allows you to adjust a lot of different features on this particular chair. Footrests, like I said, do flip up, and then it is optional. You can buy the knee brace if you need it. We can show you what that is. Like I said, that would be an additional cost. If you want to change the colors, look on our website because we do have all the color options as well. We can ship you those, or we can change them before it leaves here. So I do want to mention once again, we do fit this to your size. So if you're looking for a chair, any particular chair, give us a call. We'd like to fit it best for you, but if it's one of these high-end rehabs, we're going to send you a measuring chart to make sure it really fits you. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drive this outside, so follow me out there. So this is the Permobil F3. Yeah, I got it to about 6 miles an hour there. This is the front wheel driven unit. This is the one that has crazy functions. This is going to have that 12-inch seat lift, electric tilt, electric recline, electric legs. It's going to have anterior tilt. It's going to have your posterior tilt, and it's also going to have the height adjustable legs. It's a front wheel driven unit, so it's going to perform better in the grass than a mid wheel drive that I also am going to do a video here later on today. But I want to show you, I'm 6 foot tall, 220 pounds, just kind of give you a reference of what I look like sitting in here. Because it has a seat lift, this has a 300-pound weight capacity. But this one has 38 miles total drive distance, but literally is loaded with the arm pads, the USB, all the different things. You can put a knee block on here. So I am fully elevated here at the seat, about 32 inches top of the ground, because I'm sitting on the cushion. And I just want to drive it this direction and see, I believe it's somewhere around 2.5, 3 miles an hour, but I was getting 2.5 miles an hour. So still that's faster than walking speed if you were to be going straight. I mentioned earlier in my video, hey, if you want to cross the road, you know, if you want to be elevated in the air, you'd be a little more visible. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring the chair down now, and then I'm going to go over here in the grass to kind of show you just a quick reference. It's pretty thick Bahia grass that we have here in Florida. but this is going to be really good. And the reason why it's a little better is sometimes the mid-wheel drive, when you have a caster wheel in the front, if that front wheel gets in soft sand or different types of soft terrain, if it gets stuck, well, then your drive tires are going to spin. So I'm going to go over here right now and just go in this grass and just kind of show you that's got plenty of power. So, I mean, if you're looking for something, I mean, look at this chair. I mean, it doesn't even slow down in this type of grass. I can tell you when you get into some of those small portable type chairs, I drive them in this terrain and you can really see how it strains in the grass. This is not a problem. Now, once again, this is relatively firm bottom down here, but it is Florida, so we do get some decent bit of rain, but that's a relatively dry, firm bottom. So if you have heavy St. Augustine or really sandy ground, don't do that. It's going to have to be with common sense. But overall, if you're just trying to get out in your yard and get around, the Permobil F3 is a heck of a unit. If you're needing these functions, I would tell you to go ahead and look at this one.
Hi, I'm Mark.
And my name is Alex. We're co-owners of Marc's Mobility.
I started this company in 1995.
We sell many products, not just what you see in this video. If you have any questions or concerns, please call us at the number below at 800-677-6293. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.